Hi everyone, we'll start in a moment. All right, guys. So welcome you all to today's live stream. So those of you who are new here, you can visit web.strike.money to look at all the tools that I'm discussing here. So let me begin. I think my screen is already shared. So yeah. So markets have been declining from 2-3 sessions, and today they're finally somewhat pretty flat to positive. So we are seeing some slight pullback on the upside, but still it seems to be pretty weak since we are facing some resistance in both of the indices. Let's first look at the options data. So 19800 has the highest call open interest for the monthly expiry, that is the nearest one on 28th of September, and for the current, for the nearest, that is sorry, I mean the highest put OI is at 19700. Right now, in today's session, the spot levels did go above 19700, but then again, we have seen small pullback. So 19700 remains a key level. If held on closing basis, next level to watch out would be 19800 based on options OI. For Bank Nifty, now Bank Nifty's monthly expiry is also on same day, that is Thursday, but weeklies are different. So this time we'll be looking at weekly, or sorry, monthly data. Highest call open interest is at 45,000. Current levels are close to 44,750, and highest put is at 44,500, followed by 44,800. So in the very near term, 44,800 is also a good support around which the Bank Nifty index is right now hovering around. So with that, let's begin the further analysis. So breadth is 50-50. You can see 26 stocks are positive in Nifty and 238 stocks are positive in 500. Similarly, we talk about FNO segment. 97 are showing long build-up and 79 are showing short build-up. So it's more on the positive side. We'll discuss this via momentum swing as well, which we have already been looking at since few days. So I'll directly go to sentiment. The two indicators, or actually a couple of them, which I have been highlighting, is the daily swing indicator that we run. The whether we check that the momentum is rising or falling on all the FNO scripts. So here you would see it went into the oversold zone based on last few days action. So what this means is there is a probability of a bounce, whether it is a 1, 2, 3 day bounce or a sustained rally, that we can't know in advance. So this indicator went to 11 for 2 continuous days, and today live number is at 16. So ideally, even the same number for 2 days is also a positive divergence, since market did close at a lower low. So if today Nifty closes positive with a swing higher than 11, that is a positive divergence on the swing indicator. On the average swing, this indicator fell to 17, and since it is a slower and a smoother version, even today it is down by 1 point to 16. Another interesting indicator that was client net index positions, longs minus short, that is the net, including all options as well as all futures. So this indicator is actually at a extreme high, that is the zone where we have seen previous short-term bottoms. So this is one indicator to keep in mind. Even the ones that were stretched, like the Y put call ratio, like we have seen this three peaks and then cool offs. So that has also cooled off decently and created some space on the upside. So The analysis on sentiment remains the same. Let's check the breadth via diffusion. So I was looking at the RMI stocks with RMI buy. So that indicator had also pulled back to the zone from where we have seen near-term rallies. So for the Nifty, it had gone down to 24 and right now it's 26. But more interestingly, if you look at mid cap or small cap, it is actually in the below 20 zone for the first time, I think, after March. So this is a pretty household reading. Now, whether this means that there is a regime change in the mid cap index or is it a oversold zone, that way we have to take it from here on. So either way, a small, you know, in the very near term, we can look for a bounce in based on these indicators. So all these indicators that I'm discussing are free for you all to discuss and check on the Strike platform. One such indicator for breadth is the stocks above 20-day average. So that also we have seen small negative divergence on the top, and then it has pulled back to 66. So in the previous up move, we have seen it pull off multiple times and again pick up. So the lows that were made during that range were 60 to 61, and right now we are at 66. So this is a good zone for it to show some continuation. And if we look at other indices like the 500, then this number would be even lower, right? So on the other indices, this number is at close to 40%, but for the Nifty it is still at 66%. So if we are to bounce from here on, it it would mean that Nifty should ideally outperform the other indices. Now, to judge that, first let's go to today's sector performance to see what is leading. So in today's session, Nifty consumer durables, Nifty financial services, and micro caps are at top, and IT, media, metals are at bottom. So not much interesting today because nothing is up more than 0.7%. So let's look at the charts of Nifty Bank Nifty first, and then we'll come on to scan sectors and see if there are opportunities in stocks as well. So going to the setup chart for Nifty. So we are at very important zone, that is the 20 and 40-day average here. As you can see, the level is 19,622 for the 40-day and 19,721 for the 20-day. Closing above both of which would be a good sign. Now, why I'm saying that this is a confluence, because these are two important averages, as well as if you guys use Fibonacci retracements, then 61% is exactly at 19,605. Let me draw it properly. Yeah, 19,605, and today's low is 601. So it is 19,600 remains to be an important level to watch out for. In terms of hourly chart, we have seen this big positive divergence develop on the hourly chart. Let me draw. Yeah, but the price has still not made higher highs. So the indicator is being into bullish mode, but we are not seeing any proper confirmation from the moving averages. Downtrend is trying to go into upside, but we have not been able to go above the 20-hour and 40-hour averages. So once crossed, this would add evidence that the bounce is happening or not. Bank Nifty. Now this one is already below the daily averages, and today's high is close to the averages. So in that sense, it is weaker. But another important sign is that its daily RMI is back below zero. So one has to read it both ways. So if we try to judge it on the base of hourly chart, then you would see that same positive divergence was here as well. But Only thing was that it also crossed above the 20-hour average for 1 hour, and right now trying to hold it. So if it's able to hold this level, that is 44,800 broadly, then it would be a further sign of strength in Bank Nifty. 1 second. Right. So yeah, so that's the analysis on Nifty and Bank Nifty charts. So let's go to scanners to see if we have anything interesting today. So I'm going through the candlestick scanners today. I think we have not used much of it in, especially in our live streams. So I'm looking for bullish reversal patterns for today on the daily time frame, and I've selected indices as well as uh, FNO basket stocks. So let's see. So these are the bullish reversal patterns that the scanner is able to fetch. So if Nifty closes at current levels, it would be a doji pattern. Now, since it is occurring at a after a downtrend, it would be marked as a bullish doji, which is a reversal pattern. Looking at other typical patterns in other indices, then what I'm seeing is, let me actually sort it on the symbols. So Nifty 100 spinning top, Nifty 200 doji star, Nifty 500, Nifty FMCG morning star, Nifty reality spinning top. So Nifty FMCG, 1 second. Yeah, so this actually looks interesting because if you see the lows of all previous 3 days are very close to each other, and we're seeing it recover from the that level around daily. So this one is interesting. So we'll look into the FMCG index separately. There are many other stocks with very different patterns that you can individually look into. So there is an inverted hammer. Bullish engulfing is also there in one of the stocks. So what interests me right now is this Morningstar formation on the Nifty FMCG. Well, let me go to it separately and try to look at the chart. So on the daily chart, there is no other confirmation yet. All things are in red. But if I am to look at the patterns only, so that way it does look like you know a kind of a inverse head and shoulders to me. Let me draw what I'm saying. So this looks like an interesting pattern. Uh, Looks like a inverted head and shoulders in process to me. It may be wrong, but these three candlesticks are actually what I'm looking at. Continuous support from the same level. So let's look at the hourly chart as well. Yeah. So the since we saw the Nifty and Bank Nifty as well, now the good thing here is that along with the RMI, you have Dow trend positive as well as 20-hour average is crossed. Only the 40-hour average is left. So in that sense, this index looks to be better than Nifty or the Bank Nifty. So let me just go to the scanners and see Dow trend or RMI scan if we get any stocks from this particular sector. So let me select up to down and down to up. Now, what you can see is that broadly more down to up signals are coming, and in the past also we've observed that this is a typical observation when on which side the trend is changing, right? So let's see if there are any FMCG names. Jubilant food. I'm not sure if this is a component of that index or not. Marico surely is. So this one is giving a Dow trend reversal in today's market. So please note, these are not recommendations. I'm just trying to have a top-down approach and look if there are any interesting patterns forming. This is another one giving Dow trend reversal in today's session. Let's go to RMI as well. So here also, actually three names are there from this sector. One is Tata Consumer, again Hindustan Unilever, giving an RMI cross, and third one is Britannia. So, so what my observation for now looks to be is that since we are seeing a morning star formation, which is not yet confirmed, but let's say till closing it's able to hold its gains, and then we are seeing a couple of stock signals as well from the same sector. So I think that's a good pocket of the market where we should be keeping our eyes on. Just note, I'm not trying to give out any advice or trading recommendation. I'm just sharing a top-down approach and even a one way of to look at it. So since we are at an important juncture in the overall market, so any reversal candlestick patterns on index level uh, would be of highly importance as for me. So yeah, you can come up with questions. Uh, there is one question on Tata Elxsi. Okay, let's look at the chart. So I'm on the weekly chart. It's trying to take support at the weekly averages, and weekly cycle is also below zero, so which means this cycle is complete. Of course, new cycle has not yet started. So, but yeah, this range is a good support. On the daily, as of now, uh, no confirmation is there, but it can all change in one session if we have a big green candle. So if it, let's say it closes above 7325, it will have crossed both 20-day, 40-day. Even Dow trend will turn positive above this high, as well as RMI can also push to the buy side. So I think there is still some confirmation pending on this chart. Uh, but yeah, on the weekly setup, it is at a very good support zone, which is 40-week average 7146. So I think holding above the 20-day average, this setup would turn like the momentum will add on this set. You guys can also message your questions on any of the tools or any charts. Thank you. I'm waiting for Any queries or questions? So Narsima Murthy is asking, I am shortlisting stocks holding 20 DMA on overall recovery. How to select from shortlisting using strike? Okay. So there are there in when you go into these scanners and then go to technical scans, you can go to simple moving average, select whichever basket you want to look at. I'm selecting indices and FNO stocks. Then you can simply give the condition as above, and then you can select the moving average you want. Since you said 20 DMA, I'm selecting 20. So this is a list of stocks that are currently above the 20-day average. Now, if you want to just look at the ones that are crossing it today, then the condition would be crossing above. So this would give you stocks that were below 20 DMA yesterday and are crossing today, right? So interestingly, one more name from the FMCG sector. Yes. So yeah, good scan this to you know mark stocks with strength. So there are a lot of names that are above 20 DMA. So yeah, this is how you can shortlist using strike. Let me know if that answers your question. Got it. Thanks. So any more questions? All right, guys. I think there are no more questions, so we can wrap it up for today, and we'll continue tomorrow at same time. Thank you.